Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Adeshewa if you didn't know, and today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me like I promised with a story time.
Tell me, fellas, have you seen her? It was about 5 minutes ago when I seen the hottest chick that a youngin' never seen.
So make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, just tell me what I need to improve when it comes to my makeup because I am a beginner and I'm learning. I'm going to be following what Fatima does. And the first thing she does is to moisturize and prime her face. Obviously, procedure. I already did that. And now she's doing her brows. So, by the way, if you see me looking over there, it's because I'm looking at the mirror. So don't really think much about it. But, yeah. Sometimes I forget that, like, Nigerians are not, like, Europeans. I don't know. I guess it's just a little bit difficult for me because I'm just used to people minding their business. Like, I just thought that was a normal thing, like, just mind your business, you know? But I guess not. So one fateful day, I went to the local grocery store to get some groceries. And while I was shopping, I noticed that there was this guy staring at me. I didn't really think too much about it because ever since I got here, I noticed that people stare a lot. So like, I just thought it was something normal in Nigeria that people stare quite often. So I didn't really give him any mind and I just went on with my day. So right now I'm just gonna put concealer. She put really little concealer. By the way, I am following Fatima's Clean Girl makeup. So this is supposed to be very light. Continuing the story. So I left the store and I literally forgot, like I literally was not thinking about that guy because I just thought, this is like normal around this area in Lagos. Like, people just stare because that's what I noticed ever since I came back. That people literally would keep staring at you. You would literally think that something is wrong with you. Yeah, so got what I needed and I just continued like walking. I kept walking home and I just had this gut feeling that this guy was following me. But like I was just like, I'm just being paranoid, let me not think too much about it. Forgetting that I am in Lagos, like I'm literally in Nigeria, Lagos. Not anywhere in Nigeria, I am in Lagos. Like my God is telling me that someone is following me. Look back and check if someone is following you. But you need to understand, I just came back and I'm not used to any of that stuff. Anywho, I was like, no, someone is following me. So I turned back and I saw that the guy that was staring at me in the store was the one following me. And at this time, I was already like opening the gate. So I was like, oh my God, like, okay, so what do I do? This is like weird. Like, why did he follow me? But like at the same time, it's not that weird. Like, maybe he wants to ask a question. I don't know. Like, I didn't know at the time. Like, I was just very confused as to like what this guy might want for him to follow me from the store to my gate. You know, let's see what he has to say because I don't want to be rude. First mistake, you have to be rude. Anyway, like most of you probably already suspect, he was just talking a whole bunch of nonsense about how much he likes me or how much he likes what he sees. And I was just there like, yeah, I'm not interested, you know. But this guy would not take no for an answer and he would end up squeezing himself into the compound. And again, look at what niceness gets you in Nigeria. Like, if that was me now, the way I'll just use the dot. I'll just use the dot to like bang his face, because like you can't be nice here, because I feel like, especially when it comes to the matter of guys, like if you're nice to them, they just think, oh, like she likes me. I don't know, like you can't be nice to men here. Like it's literally, you can't be nice to them, and don't think, oh, it's rude or whatever. Like they are not respecting you enough to respect your, they don't respect you enough to respect your wishes that you do not want them. That's how you should think about it. It's not about you being rude. They don't respect you, so why should you respect them? Respect is reciprocal, you know? I just listened to what he had to say. This guy was in the compound already, and I was literally shitting myself because my landlady is a stalker, and I don't want her to catch me with no man. Like, because she's older and she might like misunderstand me. So yeah, I was basically telling him to leave like right now, but that didn't seem to happen. That he wasn't budging, he wasn't leaving. And when I kept, like, I was getting so frustrated, and I literally asked him, like, why don't you want to leave? And he said it's because he doesn't think he would ever get the chance of seeing me again, because he doesn't even stay in the area. So honestly, I didn't really care what he was saying. I just wanted him to leave. I wasn't interested in him. He wasn't my type. Even if he was, with the way he was acting, he would stop being my type, because you're not respecting me. Like, I'm telling you to leave. He was just saying a whole bunch of nonsense, and honestly, at some point, it was giving predator vibes, because why is this man asking me if I stayed alone? Like, if that's not predator vibes, then I don't know what it is. Of course I lied to him, because like, nigga, how's that any of your business? I was just scared. I just wanted him to leave. So because everything I was trying was not working, I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna use my strategy and see if it would work. Because, like, you know, I used it a lot in Denmark when people would approach me and I don't like them and I don't like stress. So I'll just give you my number, and then after I give you my number, because guys do it, like they'll call you to confirm it's your real number, and I have gotten caught actually giving a guy a fake number. So I was just like, I'm gonna give him my real number, he'll try to call it, when he leaves I'll block him. That's literally what I thought I could do, you know, just for this guy to leave. So I gave him my number and I was like, okay, leave. And he was like, no, I'll have to confirm it's your real number. I feel like I want to mix two foundations, but you know what, no, I don't want to take the risk. I'm scared. I don't want this video to end up with me looking like a clown. So in the video, Fatima uses only 2 pumps each, and I am scared because 2 pumps with this dark under eye might not be enough, but let's see how it goes. He called it and I was like, since you have my number now and you can definitely shut me up, like, there's the door, like, just leave, you know? And this man would not budge. He was like, oh, like, I still want to get to know you. I was so annoyed and angry because I was just thinking, like, I thought this shit was going to work. So I literally had to push him physically out of the compound for him to get out. Like, leave. I used all the excuse in the book and it didn't work. I literally lied to this man and told him that my brother is going to come here, like, come home 30 minutes later, or like my family are coming back from work soon. And this man still did not care. And I was just there like, don't you have fear? Like, leave. And because nothing was working, I basically pushed him physically out of the gate. Like, I was literally pushing this man physically out of the company. He was like, oh, like, why would you do that to me? I was like, bye. So I entered my house, but apparently, according to the neighbors, he stood out there for a while. But when it came to my knowledge that this man had left, I blocked him. I thought that was the end of the situation. I was wrong. This man would proceed to call me like over and over and over. If I can find like because I took a screenshot of it on my old phone, but like it wasn't like the full thing that happened. But I'll probably pop it on the screen. But yeah, it kept calling me with different numbers, and I kept blocking each number, and it did this for days. I think it was, I don't know if it's up to a week, but it did it for days. And I got scared because I was like, oh my god, like this strategy, I can't use it again. I literally cannot use it again because I did not know, like it never came up to my mind that some Nigerians have like a lot of SIM cards. And the thing is, the way I knew it was him was because I actually picked up his first phone call. I picked up his first phone call because I didn't know who it was. I picked it up and I was like, hi, who's this? And he was like, oh, it's a weirdo, and why did you block me? Da, 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 da. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, da, da, da. And I just hung up and I blocked him again. He basically kept calling me with different numbers for days. And after a while, like he stopped, and I just thought, oh, like, it's probably over, like it's probably getting tired or something. So another time I saw another number that calls, and I just thought, oh, like maybe I gave out my number to somebody and I did not save it, because I'm really bad at like saving numbers. Now I've learned my lesson anyway. So right now I'm going to be putting on some concealer. She put some underneath her eyes, and I desperately need it, and I'm so happy that she did that, because yeah, I need it. Stupid me picked up another call because I thought it was done, because it stopped for like a few days. So I was like, oh, like okay, it's giving up, so like let me just like pick up this call, because there's some numbers that I did not save on my phone when people give them out to me, like important people. So I'm like, oh, okay, like let me just pick this up. I picked it up, and the first thing I hear is unblock me, unblock me, unblock me. And I was like, oh, why can't you just use this number? And he was like, oh, like it's my mom's phone number, so unblock me ASAP. I was like, okay, sure. Hung up, blocked him again. Hung up, and then I blocked him again. And let me tell you guys, okay, yeah, this is something that happens to a lot of Nigerian girls. Like Nigerian girls experience this, because I have told people this story and they're like, oh, like that's normal. Yeah, clown, that's normal. And I was like, normal? What's normal about that? But anyway, apparently it's normal, but you should be able to understand where I'm coming from. This man knows where I live and he has my number. Like, if he was, like I said earlier, he was giving predator vibes, because he was asking me if I was staying with my parents or if I was living alone. Like, why would you be asking me that? Suspicious. So yeah, I was very scared. Okay, I was shitting my pants, because I just didn't understand. If he wasn't a predator, why are you putting in this much effort into someone that clearly does not want you? You know, at the time I was just thinking, like, what are you trying to gain from this? And the only thing that came to my head is he wants to have shakes. But like at the same time, all this effort to just for 5 minutes, like it's not making any sense, it's not adding up. That call again, I was scared again, but I never heard anything from Weirdo ever again, and I just felt relieved. I think not weeks, but like days after that, like a few days after that, like it was already at the back of my mind. Like it's something that I still remember, but it's not like I was scared to get out of my house, you know. Honestly, I'll say it's like a week after. It was already like I wasn't scared anymore, and it was like already at the back of my mind. The landlady called me, like physically, like she was in the house, like in the compound, and she beckoned me to her, and I was just thinking like, okay, what happened? Like, what does she want? Because we don't really talk. The only thing we say is hi, bye. So I already knew like something is up. And she was like, The guy that you were seeing, that you were talking to the other time, who was it? Was that your boyfriend? Do you know him? And I was just like, oh God, like, why? Why? You know? And I was like, no, mommy, I don't know him. Like, you know, it's just someone that followed me from the store. It was like, oh, he followed you. I was like, yeah, like, I don't know him. And she was like, oh, well, yesterday he was standing outside the gate and he waited there for a while, and he said he was waiting for you. But I didn't know if it was your friend, so I didn't want to be rude to him. And I was just like, man, I don't know him. Next time you see him, tell him to get lost. So she was like, okay, oh, sorry, like they're disturbing you, da 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 da. And I actually thought she was pretty cool for that, because of the way she reacted, and she was actually kind of like, basically understanding where I was coming from, and she was basically like, don't mind them, like only random. That's what she said. She said only like just nonsense people, basically. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you, ma. I just told her next time they see him that they should tell him to get lost. And they were like, okay. And she also told me she told Femi about it. You'll know who Femi is if you watch my last Storytime. Femi, the pathological liar. She told him about it. So I didn't really think too much about it. I just thought she was just telling him about it because she was like worried about my well-being, until I found out that she recorded me. She recorded me while I was literally talking to this man, and she sent it to Femi. I was just like, okay, I understand if you step in, like you're not minding your business because someone's at danger. If I was at danger, or you thought I was at danger, you would step in and you'd be like, like, let's fix this up. Or you would even a phone call, like I'll understand a phone call, like, okay, you're worried and but recording me, I don't think she understood that was a breach of my privacy. That is what is taking us back to this topic of minding your business. If you're not going to help me, just mind your business. Like, yes, if you thought I was in danger, that's something that I love about Nigeria, and I will never take away from Nigeria. Yeah, like they will help you. Another situation whereby
a very bronzy look, which I think is very
I got a little annoyed. Not annoyed, but it didn't annoy me actually. It was just more like, oh God, these people don't know how to mind their business. But of course, some people were coming from a place of, oh my God, she has a man. Anyway, so because Femi was acting up, I was going out. My neighbor was showing me around, and we came out together. As I was going home with my neighbor, actually, the local store around us were like so excited to see me, and they were greeting me, and I was like, hi, and I just thought that was normal because they love me, right? So so I just thought that was normal, and there's not much to think about when it comes to that, right? We got into the gate, and my neighbor was like, I think they actually think we're together. And I was like, there's no way. Like, it was like, then why are they so like excited to see both of us? And I was like, well, maybe they just like me. Like, my people like me. I should have believed him when he said it, because I went to the local store again to get something, and she was like, oh, like, I saw you and your guy earlier. And I was like, what do you mean my guy? Yeah, like my neighbor, right? And she was like, no, like I thought that was your man's. And I was just like, because you see me with a man, you thought that was my boyfriend? And she was like, yeah, like I find girl like you, how can you not have boyfriend? I guess I took it as a compliment, but at the same time, it's like, I I guess my main issue is not even just jumping into not minding your business, but it's minding your business and then jumping into conclusions. Because in Denmark, when you see a guy and a girl together, you don't automatically think that they're together unless they start making out or something. And even if they start making out, it doesn't mean that they're together. It could mean that they're just like having fun, feeling funky. Honestly, I still wouldn't care about those people because it's like they're doing their own thing. It's not my life. It's not interesting to me. If they like, let them make out. If they like, let everyone have sex on the street. It's not my business. So it's not something that I'm like thinking too deep about, if you get my drift. What I'm noticing in her video is the blush is really showing and mine is just like not pigmented at all. Maybe that was a bit too much, but at this point I don't care. Like, it needs to show up like it's showing up in her video. Whenever they see me with a guy, some people just automatically think, oh, that's your man, or like, that's your boyfriend, that's your husband. It's like you cannot go out with a man without people thinking, oh, something's going on. No. Especially if you go out with them more than once. I don't think the concept of having a guy friend is even palatable in Nigeria. Like, even if you even say you have a guy best friend, people would think you guys have done something. Showing up more on my mirror here than it is on camera, and it looks so good on this mirror. And the blush is blushing. I am so sorry for ridiculing and making fun of this blush, and I don't know why it's not showing up on camera, but that's why I follow what happens on the mirror, because it's closer to reality. So that's something that I have an issue with. I just don't seem to understand how other people's lives are so interesting to people. And it's not like I care. Like, I actually don't care anymore. Now it doesn't bother me like it used to, because it's Nigeria. Like, people will gossip about you when they have nothing else to do, you know? It's not even just Nigeria. Even in high school, people will gossip about you when they don't have anything to do. Like, so all you gotta do is live your life, because if you don't live your life, if you end up caring about what people are gonna say, you're not going to live a happy life. I'm telling you. Because what you notice is that the people that people claim, the people that people gossip about, and the people that people claim to be terrible people, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes actually do tend to succeed. And you wonder, if this person is so evil, why are they succeeding? It's because they don't care and they live their life. And it seems like if you don't care and you live your life, some people are not happy with that, because like, why are you living your life? So to suit their hurt, they have to like talk about you. Or if it's not to suit their hurt, for something entertaining to talk about, like they just need something entertaining to talk about. I don't blame them. So it's like, you just do you. Like, people, regardless of what you do, you would be talked about one way or another. Even if you don't do any, like, for example, let me give you a spoiler alert for the people that haven't watched the last video. Like, for example, with Mr. Femi, pathological liar, with him telling everyone that I was his wife, or with him telling some people that I was his sister, or with him telling some people that I have a banker husband that is sponsoring my life. And this was with me being in the city for the first week in the city, And now she's going in with some bronzer, but I do not have a bronzer. I have contour, so we're gonna have to work with what we have.
A galaxy away from my hometown.
After this, she's putting on some bronzer, but I don't have bronzer. And after this, she put on some powdered blush, but I don't have powdered blush. The next thing she does is to put on some eyeshadow on her eyelids, but a very natural brown eyeshadow. So it doesn't look weird.
Wait up, turn it up.
much better on my mirror than I do on camera, and I don't know why, but yeah. The next thing she does is to line her lip up, and after this she added some lip gloss. Like at this point, okay, the lip liner is not giving brown, it's giving reddish, but it's fine, it's cute. And after that she added some I don't know if I like it. This is the final look. I don't know if I like it. Or maybe I should like switch up my hair. Maybe that would like help. Yeah, and that actually looks way better now.
Cause I'm way too gone, don't wait up. Turn it up, yeah. Cause this song is such a class.
So guys, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time that I post. And yeah, bye lovelies.
I love you more than anything else in the world. Bye, baby girl. Stay perfect, just for me.
Fool me once, fool me twice. When you're hiding things, might as well be lies. Can you ever get it right? How long will I let this shit fly? Hit up my girls, pull up, I'm outside, waiting by the curb. Too upset to drive, getting on my nerves.